What's going on, guys? So I'd like to talk about artifact splashing day in this nice hot-ass day. So what I mean by artifact splashing is, artifacts as an archetype on its own is not the best. In fact, it is not that great at all, opposed to what many people think. I am sorry if I pissed you off. Artifact splashing is putting it in artifacts into other things that can make rank 5s or use their abilities to make the deck alright. Now, the deck card I'd like to, engine I would like to talk about is one that I think will be used very widely spread. I messed that up. It's going to be used often. It's Artifact Moral Tech, and it's going to be comboed. If you play 3 of these, you're also going to be playing 3 Artifact Ignition. It used to be called Artifact Movement in OCG, I think, but it's Artifact Ignition now in the TCG. Artifact Ignition is an MST, basically, and if it gets destroyed by your opponent's card effect or something like that, you get to skip their battle phase. It's something good like that. Don't quote me on it, just go check out the cards for yourself. But to use this effect of its MST ability, you have to have an artifact in your deck. Well, when you have an artifact in your deck and you special summon it, Artifact Moral Tech can pop one face-up card your opponent controls. So you get an MST and then you get to pop a card. This engine is awesome. You also want to play at least one extra one in case you draw into it, and the artifact, I think it's the one that's going to be ultra rare, is that your opponent cannot special summon the rest of their turn when it's activated in your opponent's card. And Artifact Movement, or Artifact Moral Tech rather, it gets its effect of popping only if it's during your opponent's turn. So you set Artifact Ignition, pop a face down, then you get to go Moral Tech, pop a face up monster. It's a really good little engine. But why I'm talking about it is it splashes very well with a lot of rank 5 decks. First of all, just in general, a rank 5 spam deck that uses the tricky Solar Windjammer, Star Drawings, stuff like that. Asian Eyes posted a video about it. It's a fun little deck, actually. Go test it out. Just search for rank 5 spam decks. But anyways, decks like ZWs that need to make Lion Arms is always not an issue, but it's always a problem to make. And with this splashing of artifacts and its rank 5 ability and its nice effects, it makes ZWs a lot more reliable to make their rank 5s, to get their Lion Arms, to get their search, and to make Utopia a bad fucking ass. But this is not the only example. There are plenty of good examples for rank 5 decks. Even if you want to make a rank 5 deck with just the machines, Cyber Dragons and stuff, you can play this engine and still have the machine engine to make this Cyber Dragons and all that. But at the same time, you can also make a couple other rank 5s if you need to with the Artifact engine. Because that's why I'm calling it an Artifact engine, because it's not really an engine, but it's a nice little thing. And the thing is, all these are going to be at 3s, so 3 MST and 3 Artifact Movement. The back row hate is just phenomenal. But you cannot use, or not Artifact Movement, Artifact Ignition, I'm sorry. But you cannot use Artifact Ignition unless you have artifacts in your deck. So you can't use Ignition and get its good effects without having artifacts in your deck. So that's why you have to splash artifacts in your deck if you want to use Ignition and its awesome abilities. Wind-ups that make rank 5s, Artifact Splash, there you go. You can make Wind-up Shark, Artifact Splash, Artifact Splash first. I'm going to keep calling it Artifact Splashing, but go Moral Tech, your opponent's turn, next turn, go Shark, Wind Up, you already have a rank 5 right there. Like, it's super easy to get to your rank 5s. It's just too easy. Constellars can use this to make the rank 5s. I'm pretty sure artifacts are lights too, so you can make your Constellars. And it's just nice to be able to spam this into decks because, like I said, it's a good little engine, kind of like how you put Bear in a lot of decks that use 10 key. You can pop your opponent's cards, which is amazing, during their turn, have a monster on the field already. It's kind of like a trap within itself. It's kind of like a long, drawn-out trap that helps you to put more advantage onto the field, which is absolutely fucking awesome. But now, artifacts as themselves are not amazing, because even though you can use cards like Double Cyclone, I think that's what the card is that takes out your card and whatever, it's just not that great. Even with Molestic or Malevolent Catastrophe at 3, it's just, there's so many times I'm playing against artifacts, and they just keep having 4 or 5 back row just set for ever. And then it's like 3 turns go by, it's like, I'm already having an advantage of the game. By the time you're finally doing something, you're fucking up. I know the thing good is that guy could be a bad player, didn't know the deck well enough, he was learning it, not the point. It was bad. The deck's not great. Though budget, kind of. But the deck will be better. Or rank 5 decks can be better by splashing artifacts in. It doesn't always have to be a rank 5 deck to splash artifacts, because they have some good abilities that you can just have it as a splashing effect, or a different effect, so you can just get some advantage on the board. You can also use it for synchros, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's anything that says they cannot be used for synchro summon. I did not look into that, but if you can, and if you can't completely disregard all this information, but if you can, play a lot of tuners and then play an artifact engine, you can always get level 5s on the field and keep making, depending on what tuners you can play, get ranks, not ranks, level 7s, level 10s, level 8s, yeah, things like that, synchros on the field. You can do a heavily synchro artifact build. There's so many things you can do by just splashing artifacts instead of making artifacts the main thing. This is just my piece of information to you guys. Thought I'd help you out if you didn't think about this. I'd say go try out on Dev Pro right now, or weryugioh Pro, or whatever you use, and start testing and splashing artifacts, especially the Moral Tech and Artifact, whatever the other one is that doesn't let your opponent special summon from the extra deck, and the 3 ignitions into some decks that you think would flow well with, instead of using making the whole artifact deck. And let me know how it goes for you, because I've tested it out, and it's pretty fun, and I feel like that's going to be the future of artifacts. I feel like it's going to be splashed and put into decks, and not really all-out artifact decks are going to top. Hey, but guys, that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, thumbs it up, share it, all that jazz. And I'll see you later, guys. Peace.